Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be another foundation review video. I'm going to talk about the Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish Foundation in the shade 11 Warm. The packaging looks like this, very luxe packaging. I love the rose gold cap and the rose gold font on the foundation bottle, and it's a see-through bottle so you can see what shade it is inside. It's a bit of a bulky packaging and feels very luxe when I hold it on my hand. This comes at a very hefty price of rupees 4,000. Because it is a luxe brand, the price is quite on the higher side. So I got this particular foundation during the Nykaa Summer Super Saver sale. I also got 3 other items free along with my purchase. I got this magic serum, which is like a sample size, and not only that, I also got 2 sample lipsticks from them. Look how cute and adorable this lipstick looks. Again, this is a rose gold packaging, feels very luxe. I received 2 shades from the sample lipstick. One is in the shade Pillow Talk and the other one is called Walk of Shame. Coming back to the foundation, the texture of this foundation is a pretty runny liquid texture. So inside the cap you have a very nice pump, which is amazing. You can easily dispense the foundation out of this container with the help of this pump. Feels quite lightweight on the skin. It's not at all heavy on the skin. I totally forgot to mention the quantity. It contains a regular foundation quantity, which is 30 ml. Like I mentioned earlier, my shade is 11 Warm, which is on the deeper duskier category. They do have a ton of shades to choose from. On the Nykaa website, they do have 24 shades to choose from. So it can be a little hard for you to pick the right foundation shade. So make sure that to do your research very thoroughly before placing an order. They also have many other deeper and darker chocolatey shades from this foundation range. So if you are from the duskier or deeper Indian complexion category, you'll be able to find a good match. Now I'm just gonna take you through the demo part and I'll discuss more about this foundation after the demo. You guys know how I do my foundation demo. So on one side of my face, I'm gonna apply the foundation using a buffing brush, and on the other side, I'm gonna use a beauty blender. That's how one layer of foundation looks like with a buffing brush and a beauty blender. I can still see my pigmentation and acne spots, so I'm going to do another layer of the foundation. So that's how the foundation looks with 2 layers on. I can still see a little bit of my pigmentation and acne scars on my cheeks. So the foundation is definitely not full in coverage. It's pretty much on the medium side. I'll finish the rest of the makeup and get back to you guys to talk about more about this foundation. So this is how my face looks after a full face of makeup. If you're interested about this makeup look, it will be up on my Instagram. I'll put the link in the description box. But anyway, coming to the foundation definitely looks very nice and flawless. It does give a little bit of that smoothing and blurring effect on the skin, but not too much. I can still see a tiny little bit of my pores on the cheeks, and also the foundation has settled slightly on the smile lines here and also on the forehead region here. It could be because of a setting spray that I use, which is on the dewier side, so maybe it is because of the setting spray. The finish of this foundation on the skin is like a soft matte finish. It's not at all dewy, it's pretty soft. Even if you have a drier skin type, you can definitely use this because it's not one of those drying matte formulas. It's pretty much like a satiny matte formula. The coverage of this foundation, I would say, is about light to buildable medium coverage. It is definitely not full coverage at all. With a single layer of this foundation, you get a nice light coverage, and upon building it up, you do get a bit of a medium coverage. But it doesn't go beyond that to a fuller coverage. I was able to see my dark spots and pigmentation quite a lot after adding 2 layers of this foundation. So you definitely need a concealer on top of your foundation or underneath your foundation to color correct your pigmentation, your dark circles and acne scars. Another thing that I want to mention is that this foundation oxidizes quite a lot. It definitely gets about 3 shades darker. I'll just do a swatch on the back of my hand. I'm just gonna let this foundation sit for a few minutes and I'll show you a fresh swatch on the side. Here is the fresh swatch right next to the swatch that we did earlier, and can you see how much darker the foundation has gotten? So this is pretty light and it has gotten about 2 to 3 shades darker here. As you can see, it looks pretty light on the back of my hand. And you guys must have noticed that when I applied this foundation on my face freshly, it was looking pretty light, but it kind of gets 3 shades darker and deeper. In that way, I'm pretty happy that I went with the shade 11 Warm, because I do think this matches my skin tone pretty well. And also this foundation has a slight bit of golden and warm undertone to it. Just like the name suggests, it's on the warm category. When I applied this foundation for the first time, the shade really reminded me of my Fenty Beauty 370 foundation shade. It is very close to that shade. It's kind of like a peachy golden undertone. It stays pretty decently on the skin as well for about 7 to 8 hours. I tried this foundation without a primer and I did notice that the foundation came off with my sweat on the forehead without a primer. But when I wore a primer underneath this foundation, the foundation stayed pretty well without melting off from my skin. So if you have an extremely oily skin type, I would highly recommend you to apply a nice mattifying primer underneath, just so that the foundation grips onto your skin nicely. So I would recommend this foundation for all skin types. You don't have to worry about your skin type a lot because it does work on pretty much all skin types. Overall, I like the foundation, but it did not wow me or anything. It's nice. I'm not saying it's bad or anything. It's quite nice, but it did not impress me too much. I must say I had quite high expectations from this foundation. That is why this foundation did not impress me quite a lot. But if I had an option to choose, I would definitely go for my Estee Lauder Double Wear foundation or my Fenty Beauty Pro Filter foundation over this foundation, because this is more expensive than those 2 foundations and I feel like they perform much better than this one does. Especially on my extremely oily skin, I do like my foundations to be extremely matte. So that was my review about the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish Foundation in the shade 11 Warm. I really hope that you guys found this video useful and helpful and enjoyed watching it. If you did, make sure to give it a huge thumbs up, comment, and do not forget to subscribe to my channel for more such videos. Make sure to hit the bell icon to get notified each time I upload a new video on my channel. Take care of yourselves, stay home and stay safe, and I shall see you guys soon in my next one. Bye!